English, right? What do you all think if we ask all the candidates who will stand for election, their manifesto too should be, their job is to improve everybody's English. What do you think, Farah?
I think that would be a very great idea, like to ask the candidates to have campaigns or have any ways for us to improve our English.
Yes, I think we will make sure that all the candidates will all improve their English. And number two, they must tell us what are they going to do to make sure that they can help the students to improve their English. What do you think? You also sokong tak that one? Agree or not? Because actually, this is the most difficult task, and this is the task that will improve the graduate employability, right? But I don't hear any response from you. Do you all agree or not? The candidates that will be standing in election next week, why not we make them tell us, or we ask them to come up with programs that will improve all the students' command of English. What do you think? Agreed or not? Agreed. Yeah, come. Thank you, Farah. Terima kasih. Your name, sir?
My name is Malik Sham. I'm from Faculty of Education, TESOL. Okay, basically what I'm looking is, we can have any programs, anything we want to have. But at the end, dia akan menjadi mencurah air ke daun keladi. Why? Because the mentality set of the students. Today, tadi the Turkey girl, she's my classmate too. She said her English is bad, but she learned her English basically from a Malaysian classmate. We too can speak English. But the problem is, when Malaysians speak English, apa kamu poyo benar cakap BI? Am I right? Betul, Stokong? When our friends say, kamu poyo cakap BI, saya cakap teman cakap berak. That is the thing. Students must first change their mentality. Mesti kena ada semangat untuk belajar bahasa Inggeris. Nescaya apa program pun dibuat akan berjaya. Perubahannya adalah untuk pelajar terlebih dahulu menukar mentaliti. Ya, that's my idea.
Malik, basically what you are saying is, they themselves must change. Is that right? No matter what programs we have, but if they don't want to change, nothing will happen. If you are the Vice Chancellor today, how you make them change? Malik, tell me, how? Assuming you are the Vice Chancellor, Datuk, tell me how?
Well, first of all, I will speak my friends English. I will speak. Force them to speak whatever we do in English. Speak in English, whatever signboards or whatever, do it in English. Watch movies, okay, yeah, watch movies all in English. Okay? Basically, like what program is going on today, Datuk, you're speaking English, that's good. Speak in English, but unfortunately, I might tell you that maybe some do not understand. But this is the platform that students, yeah, this is start. Speak English, you will learn.
Malik, how am I going to force and make sure everyone actually make an effort to change their attitude and speak English? How am I going to make sure to Malik? How? Datuk, please.
Well, as I said just now, the mentality of students. What I said is, I'm forcing you all to change your mentality first. That is what I can do. You are individual person. As Tun Dr. Mahathir said once, kalau kuda tu, kita paksa dia minum air, dia tak nak minum, dia takkan minum. Kau paksa, kau tolak lah, dia takkan minum. So you have to change. I've already done. I've already pushing you. Change your mentality, folks. Change your mentality. Change your mentality. So at the end, it's everything up to you.
Do you think they will change after this talk?
InsyaAllah, kalau ada motivational speech yang sentiasa, yang constant, yang membina, they will change.
Can we invite you here every week or not? And then tell all the students and remind the students they should speak, can or not? Tapi in reality, what if they don't? What can we do? How? Tell me.
In reality, if they don't, we keep on pushing lah. Selagi dia nak Push, 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 push. That is how we can achieve. Kalau kita duduk sekali saja, tak boleh jadi.
How to push? Because I don't know when I'm going to meet them again. I don't know. Bila agaknya we'll meet again? When do you think we'll meet again, Mahmud? Because we can't meet here every day, every week, betul tak? So how to make sure, Mahmud? Because you can answer this, you will be the next Vice Chancellor.
Okay, as a TESOL student, teaching English as a second language, we might form an association of TESOL, and we will help the University of Malaya to help the students to acquire English for their future.
You want to do that? You are planning to do that? What, you're the TESOL student? How are you going to do that? Tell me how.
Firstly, we are going to form an association, TESOL Association, and through that we are going to do activities, maybe camp, maybe promotion, campaigning and everything, but basically it's from the TESOL Association.
Good, but how are you going to force tadi? You kata force the students tadi. How to force?
Well, basically it's like campaigning. Whatever they like, we do it in English. Okay? First of all, like Facebook. Why must they have translation of Facebook in bahasa Malaysia? Tukar bahasa Inggeris habis, paksa. It's to force. How am I to force? Is like, as I said, we'll try our level best to force, but at the end, it's the mentality of students themselves. Jikalau, we have to show them how important is English in the global future world. We have to show everything what we have, what information we have. We have to make them realize that without English, maybe in future, they might lose. So at the end, it's still up to them to think.
So I'm hoping from Malay, some new ideas will come. Because he is thinking about it. Tapi kan my friends, my friend, I am still in the dark how I'm going to make sure everyone will improve their English. I still don't know actually. I come here today, I'm just hoping to tell this story today about ranking, about poor English. But still I'm not sure how, at the end of the day, things will change. I'm not so sure. You know what I mean? You are right that it has to come from every individual di sini. But how? Is that really going to happen? I don't know.
Well, maybe I guess we have 1,000 students here, so you got 1,000 brains. So come, pour your ideas. Yeah, that's the way.
Thank you, Malay. My friend, you look. What Malik said and what the rest said is all true. We can think of so many ideas of telling people to improve their English. But at the end of the day, like what Malik said, if you yourself don't have this intention, if you yourself don't push yourself to change, to improve your English, it's not going to happen. And if your English does not improve, we will continue to have that report. And that is very sad. And that is very sad. If your English doesn't improve and then the employers, the company decide that the foreign student, the foreign graduates is better than the local graduates because their communication skill is better, that's not very good news. Betul tak? So my friend, please, I don't know when we will meet again. Of course, if you all agree, I can organize this often, but I think you all also don't like it. Because you don't have time, and I also don't have time. But, at the end of the day, like what Malik said, you all have to realize, if you want to help UM improve in terms of graduate employability. If you want to help UM go up in world ranking, you all have to improve your English. Why? Because that is a major factor in employability. Communication skills in English. Okay? Now I have to go on to the next slide. Zawai, next slide. Next slide. Okay, I want to talk about this. Now, it is not only English that can make graduates employable. Look, this chap here, this Professor Radin, who was the Director General of the Ministry of Higher Education. The ministry has listed out factors that will make graduate punya quality go up, will improve the graduate's quality. What are they? knowledge of the profession, competency, communication skills. That's the thing we have been talking in the last 1 hour. Critical thinking and problem solving. Team skills, entrepreneurship, ethics, ICT, positive outlook of life towards lifelong learning. So English is not the only issue. English is not the only story. There are many other factors that you have to look at. But very often the industry quote English. But actually there are many, many other factors there. Now, if you look at it, among them listed is entrepreneurship. Now we are beginning to introduce a lot of entrepreneurship program in your curriculum lah, in your co-curricular activities and so on. Are you involved in that sort of thing or not? You know, are you involved or not? That's the most important thing. Because at the end of the day, if the graduates of UM can go out and start businesses and so on, that is very good for us. Because UM graduates can create business and employ others. So that is just one factor. So I cannot go through each and every one of these factors. These are things that you all have to understand in order to become employable graduates. But it seems that the number one factor that is commonly mentioned adalah the communication skill. And when you talk about communication skill, it is your English. So I hope from this talk, you all will take away this one important message that you have to improve your English. We have to go on to the next slide. Sorry. Next slide. Next. Okay. Can you take the slide about faculty graduate employability? Tak? Ada one slide tu. I want to show you today the employability according to the faculty. Okay, you look at this slide. This is the official statistic of a survey done of our graduates 6 months after graduation. Okay, after 6 months of graduation, these are the statistics. The red color, not employed yet after 6 months. Yeah? And the blue color, employed within 6 months. So if you look at the slide there, which faculty has the highest graduate employability? Dentistry. If we look at that, pergigian. One unemployed, the rest all employed within 6 months. So if you are a dentist, you are very, very employable. Any dentist in this room? Tak ada. The dentist punya group is some other group. But, tengok bidang lain ya, undang-undang, law. If you look at law, undang-undang, 7 unemployed, 93 employed. This is a very high statistics. 93% gets employment within 6 months from graduation. Dental, law. What else? Education. %89. The graduates from faculty education very employable. What's the reason for that? What? I'm trying to understand why. Who is from education? Education. Why is it that the graduates from education is very employable? Why?
Professional works.
What? Let them see you. Your name, please?
Nur Farahin,
Nor. You are from the Faculty of Education. How many years have you been in UM?
more than 3 years.
More than 3 years. So from the statistic, it shows that 90% of the graduates from education will be employed. What is the reason?
Educator is very important to teach all students in Malaysia or international.
I don't understand. The question is, why is it that graduates from your faculty is highly employable? 90% within 6 months get a job. Why? Are you guaranteed of a job after you graduate? You dah ada kerja dah?
Belum.
No, I mean, are you assured of a job when you graduate?
Yes.
Oh, so maybe those of you are from the faculty education, you are here already assured of a job. Is that right or not? So no wonder lah. So the 10% who is not working means they don't want to work yet lah.
Mungkin so terlalu pilih pekerjaan
What?
sebab mungkin tak minat bidang tu.
Oh, maybe they want to do something else. They don't want to become teachers. Is that right? I see. Okay. So thank you. No. So perubatan 95%. So it seems that from dentistry, from law, from education, from medicine, all very highly employable. Now, which faculty is not so good? Which one? Which one?
Pengajian Melayu.
Pengajian Melayu. Akademi Pengajian Melayu. Only 54. Sorry?
Sastra and science.
Arts and Social Science. What's the figure there? 54. Just like Akademi Pengajian Melayu. After 6 months of graduation, only about 54% gets a job. Any more? Not so strong?
Sports center. Sports center.
Sports Center. Azlan punya faculty. Azlan. Pusat Sukan. 63%. Alam Bena. 60%. So from the graph, from the statistic, it shows that from 2 faculties, that is from Arts and Social Science and from Akademi Pengajian Melayu, is about 50% only. From Akademi Pengajian Islam, 70%. It's quite good, isn't it? Not bad. So those of you who are from Arts and Social Science and Akademi Pengajian Melayu, anybody from Arts and Pengajian Melayu here? Up your hand. Ada? Tak ada? And I think the reason why that is the case, these are the 2 faculties where you have this big problem of command of English. Betul tak? Okay. And interestingly, kalau kita tengok Alam Bena 60%. But it is still better than Arts and Social Science. So my friend, overall kalau kita tengok, we are above 50%. But from those who are from Arts and Social Science, Pengajian Melayu is not so good. However, some other profession, macam medicine, law, dentistry, education, that's quite good. So I think those of you who are from those faculties like Arts dan Pengajian Melayu are the one that has to work harder on this improvement of English sebenarnya. And for the teachers, I think that one is no problem because the graduates can easily get a job in the school. They are not employable maybe because they don't